What are we doing here? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing here. We're doing this. Watch this. Bro, wasn't that neat? That was neat, right? And obviously you can make it neater and faster and whatever, but like, whoosh. And you can put in a whoosh sound effect there as well. I've got some whoosh sound effects I can import. I'm not going to bother with that, but I'm going to show you how you can do that thing. Woo! Cool. That's cool, right? Maybe it's a very simple little transition thing. And I'm going to show you how I did it over here. So here's what it looks like without a transition. Wow, what an amazing. Yeah, this is my storyboard for an upcoming video, but whatever. Spoilers maybe, kind of, not really. It's the big part. Okay, I'm gonna stop promoting my video. I'm gonna get on with this crap. All right. So what you want to do? You want to go to the first clip. You want to go effects. You want to go Gaussian blur. All right. Okay, this looks kind of dumb, right? This is a dumb Gaussian blur right here. Okay, bring both of these guys down to 0. Horizontal range and vertical range, all of the parameters down to 0. Come on, let's go. All right, let's get it. All right, next, go to where it like cuts between the two clips, like this little point here, and go back like maybe like a quarter of a second or a half a second. So that would be like, hang on. Oh, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have it at 60 FPS, so 15 frames is about a quarter of a second. So like, yeah, cool. Good amount of time to give it, maybe give it a little extra time, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It really doesn't matter. You can go back half a second. You can adjust it very easily afterwards. Just go back like half a second or some shit. You can go back a full second. I don't care. Nobody cares. You can adjust it afterwards. It's very easy. You know how it is. I'm repeating myself. Let's go. Okay, click the animate button on the horizontal, dude. And then move this guy. You see this little point over here? Click and drag him all the way over to where your cursor is. Actually, first of all, I need to specify. You need to click this guy. See this guy? Sync cursor to media timeline. Click sync cursor to media timeline. Make sure it's highlighted in blue so that this guy right here is in sync with this guy right here. So when you move one, it moves the other. That's important. Of course, you can disable it at any time if it's more convenient for whatever the hell you're doing at a particular time. It's important to know that you're able that it's fine to do that, right? And now you can either just click the add button here, add keyframe, or you can simply drag the first keyframe all the way at the beginning, all the way over here. It makes no difference. Both of those things achieve the same thing. So I like to do that because I don't know, I'm obsessed with efficiency. So I like to have one keyframe where it can work with just one instead of two, which is dumb. I don't need to be obsessed with that. Makes no difference. But I like it. It makes me satisfied. All right. So we got this keyframe here. 0. There's nothing going on. No Gaussian blur is being applied because there's nothing on the horizontal, nothing on the vertical. And we're just animating the horizontal. Of course, you could animate the vertical if you want to. Yabba dabba do. All right. So next we're going to drag this all the way over to this point right here. You know this point in between the two clips. And then we're going to press the arrow key to go back one frame. And then now we're back one frame in this guy as well. So we're going to click the add button. So now we have two keyframes here. Make sure you're still on this keyframe that you just added. And then bring up the horizontal blur on this keyframe. So bring it up to like, I don't know, a third or like somewhere between a third and a half is good. I like a good third here. That seems to be nice because it's like it's already going crazy. If you go above a third, it's still going to be like crazy. Like it's kind of reached kind of the I don't know, the diminishing returns of crazy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. Come on. All right. So then you're kind of mostly done-ish with the first clip. Of course, you can go back and edit things to make things look smoother. But what you want to do is click your first guy, your first keyframe here, hold shift, and click the second guy. Okay, you got two guys selected. Of course, you could also just click and drag from outside to like outside one to outside the other, from one side of the one to the one side of the other, and select both of them. That's another way to select both of them. Right click on any of them and click copy. Simple thing. You could also do Control C, I think. Sometimes Control C works. Sometimes Vegas Pro is kind of wacky. So if it doesn't copy by you doing Control C, just try right clicking it. All right, so we're gonna go to the effects in the next clip, and we're gonna go Gaussian blur, click OK, and then bring it all back to 0 again. You don't actually need to bring it back to 0 again. So like, let's just undo that. Let's just say we don't bring it back to 0 again. Actually, no, it is important to bring it back to 0 again. Sorry, do bring it back to 0 again. Please do. Ignore what I just said there. I'm a Dumbo, all right? Because we're not animating the vertical range. So when we paste things in, because we're about to paste things in, click animate on the horizontal range, and right click on this guy, right click, paste. Now we got our guys in here. And of course, when we paste it in, it won't paste it in the vertical range. The vertical range will still be blurry, and it'll look weird if we have done that. So like, watch, it would look like that, and it would be like, what the hell is going on here? Anyway, so now what the hell do we want to do? Well, this is what it looks like at the moment. That is not a transition. That is some fucking wacky shit. Alright? So what you want to do is go to the second guy in your second clip, the second automation keyframe. And so now your cursor is there, your little line here is there, and just drag out these guys. Now, there's going to be 2 of these guys, apparently, because Vegas Pro is wacky like that. That's okay. We can leave them outside for a second. Just drag them to the other side of them. Doesn't matter where, as long as you can still see them. And then take the guy that your cursor is at and click and drag him to the beginning. Make sure your cursor is still here, though. I mean, it doesn't... If your cursor goes somewhere else, it doesn't really matter too much. And drag your guy that goes to 0, 0. So as you can see here, this guy is a little graph here of like the value. So the value is higher over here. So if we click here, look, oh look, it's 0.3401. That's why this guy, this little point here, is higher than this point, because the points are illustrating, they're kind of a graphical representation of where this little bar there is at. So so drag the one where the bar is down at 0. And this guy on the outside you can delete. Whatever he is, just delete him. It doesn't matter. What the hell? Okay, make sure you don't accidentally delete the entire animation clip. So if this happens to you and your guy down here is gone, undo that. God, I love Vegas Pro. Anyway, so yeah, what you wanted to do was click this guy and press the delete button on your keyboard. Of course, you could also be right-clicking and clicking the delete button in that way as well. So I'm going to save because I like to save. All right, here's what he looks like now. Okay, you get the idea of what's going on, but it's kind of clunky, all right? But we're getting there. We're getting there. Now we want to smooth it out. So what can we do to make it go like whoosh rather than whoa, you know? Well, we can go to the effects in the first guy. Go to this first point here. You can right click on the circle point. Right click here, and click fast fade. That's what I did in my guy. So now it goes like, whew. It like, it's like big. I don't know. It'll look nicer when we're done. All right, but yeah. And then go to the second clip, back into the effects, click the effects button on the second clip, and then you're back here. And then right click on this circle, the first circle point, and click slow fade. So then it's kind of going like, woo, woo. And that looks, I would say better, but still not amazing. All right, watch. All right, so it kind of looks like it's going like, it kind of looks like it's stretching and contracting like taffy or something like, you know, kind of neat, but doesn't really do the job, doesn't really quite look like what we were going for back there. So now, as you can see, there's a few frames where it looks quite stretchy, like quite stretched out anyway. So what are we going to do about that? Well, how are we going to spice this up and make it more nice? All right. So we're going to go back to the first clip, click effects. So we're going to kind of look along here in between the 2 points. So as you can see, it kind of goes out, and then about halfway between the 2 points, it kind of just stagnates a bit. As you can see by this little curve here, the curve goes up and then it mostly kind of stays at the same level for that last half. So kind of, I would recommend dragging your little guy over here to about the halfway point between the 2 of them. So about here. And obviously it'll be at the halfway point down here as well if you have this guy selected. and then just drag the second clip so that the first part of the second clip meets with your cursor, and then take the corner, this little triangle in the corner, so make sure the little icon here, the cursor icon, changes to this little icon here. Click and drag until you get the little blue line here that shows you that you're snapping to the end of this clip. Alright? So now it's gonna fade between the two while they're doing the whole transition, their cool thing. So watch this now. That looked smoother, right? And obviously you can drag this even further back and keep fiddling with this guy and whatever and all that stuff. And you can adjust everything. You can make this guy even slower, like you can do that. You can adjust it, obviously. All right, so that's my tutorial on how to do this cool transition that I like to do sometimes. I don't do it in most of my videos, but I've done it in a few. Woo! And we can import the whoosh sound effect if we really want to. So we can go to music. This is not this is the end of the tutorial. You can leave now. I'm just adding in a sound effect. Original whoosh transition, drag it in. This is a whoosh sound effect that I made with some white noise in FL Studio. So it's gonna be like, cool, look at that. That's how I do it. That's how I do my whooshes. Obviously my whooshes are sometimes a bit faster than that, so I might be going like dragging this down and kind of dragging down this guy as well. So it's like, oh, well, maybe not. Maybe I'll make the tail end a little more. I'll make the beginning a little less, right? Alright. Hey! That's looking kind of neat. But, yeah, whatever. Yabba dabba doo. I'm done here. I hope this was helpful. Fucking 12 minutes. Man, I need to start like scripting stuff and practicing stuff and whatever. Anyway, I guess this had a lot more steps than other tutorials I've done like 5 years ago. Oh my god, I should have gotten dressed for this if I was doing webcam. I like doing webcam because it's more engaging. Thanks for watching.